I was very wrong about Luke Falk. Look, I make mistakes all the time. I'm wrong. If I tried to be right all the time, I would always fail because I say like 40 things a week. I think I get 40 out of 40 right. No, I don't. But I learned a big lesson this week. I worked the last 2 days at an event, and I learned a lot about leadership. We were watching the great icon Robert Siegel, and my job was I was filming a live event. So I was there for hours and filming all kinds of different shows as people walked on the stage and yada, yada. What I learned about leadership was the loudest person in the room is not necessarily a leader. We have this misconceived notion, I think, about leadership, that you have to be loud and boisterous and in your face to be a leader. That's how I was as a leader. And that's not the case. Loud does not make a leader. So for the last 2 days, one of my best friends in the entire world, his name is Spencer, he was my director. He has a different leadership style. Again, I was always loud and in your face. Spencer was not. But Spencer was also not quiet. Spencer just wasn't loud and obnoxious. Spencer was poised. Spencer got everybody working a camera on track. He knew the right things to say. He knew how to keep my crazy ass in line. Spencer hit a home run. Spencer was a fantastic director and a great leader. This taught me a lesson. Leaders are not always the loudest person in the room. So a while back, I made a video called Luke Falk is not an NFL quarterback, and I did Luke Falk an incredible injustice. Luke Falk, of course, is the former Washington State quarterback who's entered the NFL draft, and I criticized Luke Falk's ability to lead. And look, I changed the tune a little bit when I watched Luke Falk at the podium on the Senior Bowl, but regardless, I was wrong. And what can I say? I was wrong. I got it wrong. When I said Luke Falk was not an NFL quarterback, I miscounted his judgment. Look, I'm still concerned about Luke Falk, but criticizing Luke Falk's judgment was completely unfair. Now, I have to protect myself. I believe Luke Falk is going to go to the New England Patriots and be the successor to Tom Brady. So if I'm going to believe that, I better say something now. But if Luke Falk does not go to the Patriots, I have very little faith he will be successful. It's Patriots or bust for Luke Falk. Now, I have a huge, huge problem with Luke Falk. There's one thing that I can't get past. I can't get over it. It bothers me to no end. So Luke Falk played 12 games in 2017. He was all out awful, downright awful in 3 of those 12 games, and in one of them, Luke Falk was bad. So 4 out of the 12, Luke Falk was bad, and 3 out of the 12, that's counting, smaller. So 1 out of 12, he was bad. 3 out of the 12, he was downright awful. In total, Luke Falk was bad in 4 games. Against Boise State, Luke Falk was benched. Against Arizona, Luke Falk was, again, benched. And against Cal, Luke Falk had 5 interceptions. Horrendous, horrendous, and horrendous. And Luke Falk played bad against the University of Washington. It's not all his fault. Vita Vea, the defensive tackle for UW, was just in his face. Luke Falk was running for his life all day. But nonetheless, being bad in 4 out of 12, that scares me a little bit. That makes me nervous. I saw a meme the other day. It was a photographer meme. The first post on Craigslist said, looking for a photographer working for free who just wants to, what we'll do is if you work for us for free, we'll tell our friends about you. And the post beneath it changed the context. It copy-pasted that post, but replaced photographer with solar panel installation. And said, we're asking for a free solar panel installation, and what we'll do is if you do a good job, we'll tell our friends about it. It's ridiculous, right? When you change the context, it's ridiculous. Whether it's photographer or solar panel installation, you don't want to work for free. So let's look at what Luke Falk did and put it in a different context. So 4 out of the 12 games Luke Falk played last season, he was bad. What if a director was bad 4 out of his last 12 times? And what if 3 of those performances he was so awful that in the middle of the live show, he had to be replaced with a different director? Would you have much confidence in that director if 4 out of the last 12 times he was awful? And 3 of those times he was so bad you had to completely replace him? I don't have a lot of faith in Luke Falk at the NFL level because I just don't know how you can look at a guy fall apart 3 of 12 times and look bad in another one of them, but then believe in him in the NFL. I don't. I think Luke Falk needs to go to the Patriots or he's a bust. I really do. But I will say Luke Falk is a great guy. I'm not rooting against him. I'm rooting for Luke Falk, but I have absolute concerns that I will not back down from with Luke Falk entering the NFL draft. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. You can subscribe to Strong Opinion Sports on iTunes, on SoundCloud, on YouTube, also on Google Play. Thank you so much. If you really want to help me grow Strong Opinion Sports, though, tell your friends about the show on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Share this with your friends. Tell the world about Strong Opinion Sports. Subscribe and help me grow by telling your friends about this podcast. Thank you so much.